Hi. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the Murrieta Student of the Month breakfast. It's indeed a privilege and an honor. And because Mary is not here today, I am lucky and I'm honored and privileged to replace her today. I'm not a stranger to this program. My name is Margaret Jones. So let's get this program kicked off and let's have a little bit of fun with it today, okay? So with that, I would, if you will please stand and join me as I welcome Ryan George from Student Venture to lead us in prayer, and then our pledge by the Murrieta Valley Unified School District Superintendent, Patrick Kelly. Gentlemen, if you will, please.
I just want to, before I start, say thank you to the Students of the Month for giving us an excuse to all get together this month. It's really always a privilege and an honor. Lord God Almighty, thank you so much for the chance to be here. Thank you for these students who not only have accomplished so much, but while they've done it, have inspired and honored and cared for the people around them. Thank you for the people who've supported them and stood behind them. And I just pray that today they'd all be honored and that you bless and encourage us today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And please join us in pledging our allegiance to our flag. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you, gentlemen. There's a little history that goes behind the Student of the Month program. It was founded 28 years ago in Temecula by Sally Myers, who's the owner of Sizzler. It expanded to Murrieta in 1995, at which time I became a part, and then to Lake Elsinore and to Paris Menifee. The four programs celebrate the honor of outstanding students who make a significant difference in their schools and community. The mission statement of the Student of the Month program is to provide local high school recognition program which will acknowledge and honor college-bound students, senior students, for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, in addition to their participation in athletics, school activities, community service, or the ability to persevere and overcome difficult life circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and free enterprise. That's our mission statement. We know that every program that's put together takes a team. It takes someone to help them make it happen. And you know, we have had over the many years such a wonderful group of volunteers that are giving, and they are giving of their heart. They're giving of their time. They're giving of their energy. And today, we have several of them here in attendance. So I'd like to recognize, and if you'll stand and remain standing till I'm finished, I would appreciate Llewellyn Fickey. She's Chair and Scholarship Application Administrator. Llewellyn. Good morning. Jen Pham is our co-chair, Learning with Jen Education Consulting. She was our 2002 Murrieta Student of the Month and our Murrieta Student of the Year. I was hoping Jen would make it today. Jerry Salway, Scholarship Fulfillment, Pacific Western Bank. Monica Gutierrez does the publicity for us, and she's with the Murrieta Valley Unified School District. Monica. Kim Garcia, Accountant, SKG. She handles all the accounting. Andrea Cacello, she's a volunteer, and she's with Costco. Where is Andrea? She's here, I know she is. Okay. Dan Stake, he's a greeter, and he is with Alta Pacific. Andy Morris, a greeter, Farmers Insurance, and he's always got a big smile on his face. Rhonda Levine, bless her heart, Communications, Murrieta Valley Unified School District. She got kind of rigged into coming to this, not knowing exactly what she had to do, but she is absolutely marvelous. She does a great job. She is wonderful. Derek Gonzalez, okay, Derek, he's our big guy, and he's gift coordinator and greeter from Altura Credit Union. And he stepped in a couple of years before I left and took over that bag. Let me tell you, that is a big job, putting that gift bag together and following up and making sure. Laura Lutweiler, Alta Pacific Bank. Molly Meserve, Gift in Kind. Jennifer Rasmussen, Murrieta Valley Unified School District. They print this program. So to me, it's wonderful that we can get the young students in that class to do this. It's a great experience and learning for them. Catherine Pepe, she's from Loma Linda Medical Center here in Murrieta, Catherine Pepe, and she also is with Temecula Olive Oil Company. And Mary Walters, of course, is your wonderful MC. So let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. Like I say, it takes a whole bunch of us to make this happen. And it's so wonderful. I hope today when you all leave, you feel as good and as inspired and so pleased as I am to see the success and what goes with these young people. I'd like to introduce the following, and if you'll please stand and remain standing till I'm finished, and please hold the applause. Murrieta Mesa High School Principal Steve Ellis, student Vanessa Franco. Springs Charter School Principal April Jacoby, student Destiny Coleman. Murrieta Canyon Academy Assistant Principal Shane Sands, student Dylan Martin. Murrieta Valley High School Assistant Principal Ryan Tukwa, Troy Hess student. Vista Murrieta High School, none other than Mr. Mick Jagger, and Kyle Just student. So let's give them a round of applause. You know, when they come up here, I'll tell you it's another story, but I'll get to that. At this point, I'd like to invite Andy Morris on behalf of the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Margaret. Morning, everybody.
Morning.
So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, I'm the lucky one that gets to come up here this morning and congratulate the students on this achievement. It's no small thing. It's a huge deal. And, you know, I have 3 jobs. And the reason I'm here, make it my 4th job, is because of you guys. Because the world's a crazy place. We all know that. But when we come here and do the Student of the Month and we see what you guys are doing, it shows us that kids like you, we're all going in the right direction because of you guys. So whether you have a 4.0 or you just overcome something, it's not about that. It's about who you guys are, why we're here celebrating you guys today. So congratulations.
Thank you, Andy. This morning also we have some special guests, and I'd like to recognize in attendance Ken Dixon from the Murrieta Valley Unified School District School Board. Thank you, Ken. I'd also like to thank Group 1 Production and Rachel Panji for videotaping today's event. It will be available to view on the Murrieta Valley Unified School District website or through a link in your program. Also to thank Kip Cothran from KC Photography. He runs around and he takes all these great pictures. And you know, if you're not in place, he kind of pushes you, get over, do this, you know. And he's always got a smile and he's just very active. And so Kip also provides everyone access to all of the pictures from this meeting. Parents and those in attendance can visit his website listed in the program. So thank you, Kip, for your energy and for being here all the time. We appreciate that. I'd also like to thank the City of Murrieta for providing airtime on our Spectrum cable channel. Thank you, Scott Agajanian, who's representing the city this morning. Appreciate that. What wonderful people we have. You know, aren't we blessed? We are so fortunate. So at this point, I'd like to introduce those that are in attendance today. The program is long listed. It shows those that sponsor the breakfast, those that sponsor the scholarship, and those that also sponsor our gift bag. So those that are in attendance today, I'm going to recognize. Well, let me see. A1 Tuscany Travel, Margaret Jones. That's me. Then Abbott Vascular, we have Ann Shaw and Dan Smith this morning. Thank you. And going down the list, let me see. We have Altura Credit Union, breakfast and gift bag, Derek Gonzalez. Azusa Pacific breakfast, Gloria Wolnick. Let me see, I just got through here. Sally isn't here, but Sally's in Paris today, but she may get a chance to drop by before we're finished. Cal State University San Marcos, Murrieta Bida. Thank you. And let me see who else we have. City of Murrieta, we have Scott Agajanian representing the city. And they give the gift bag as well. Just trying to go quickly through. Then we have, let me see, Kim Dixon here, who donates to scholarship. And let me see quickly. The Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District, we have Andy Morris and Greg Thomas. Farmers Insurance Breakfast, Andy Morris. Talk about volunteer and giving. I mean, Andy goes above and beyond. Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Kelly, scholarship, thank you again. And King Law Firm, they have an application presentation in each of your packets today, which explains how you fill that out and get it sent over. So they have that. And then we have Springs Charter Schools, breakfast, Temecula olive oil, gift bag, Temecula Valley Toyota, scholarship and breakfast. And just, like I say, there's so many, but today we were just trying to recognize those that were in attendance. Let's give them a round of hand, even for those that aren't here. You know, there's that old saying, it takes a village. It does. And you know, this is what we have here. Murrieta has been a village for years, and it has grown and grown. And some of you have been here for a while, and you've seen changes. I've been here since '88, and there was nothing here. So believe me, it's so encouraging to see our city develop and become what it is. But it becomes what it is because of you. You are here, you're participating, you're helping us to grow, and that is so important. Okay. The selection that is done for the Student of the Month. As a Student of the Month, you'll be invited to complete a scholarship application in the spring for the Student of the Year. You will compete against only the other Student of the Months from your school. The Student of the Year breakfast will be in May. So look for this in February, end of February, I believe. It will come out, and get it in and get as much, stuff it with as much as you can, because those are the important things, okay? These judges are done by an outside entity. None of us that are disconnected get a chance to judge this. So it's done by an outside entity and fairly done. So keep that in mind. The entire list of Murrieta Student of the Month sponsors is listed in our programs. Now we're going to move to the most important part of this program. Let me tell you, it is just going to be such an ear opening for everybody to hear the examples of character, the choice of college, and future plans. The students will share quickly their heartfelt stories with you today. You will understand how and why they were chosen to be the Student of the Month. Now remember, because I have my little bell, okay? There's a limit of 5 minutes per principal. I know you're laughing. And I tell you, Mick can attest to me on that, because I always pick on Mick, you know. So this is how it works. The principal gets 1 minute, student gets 2, teacher gets 1, and family gets 1. So students, when you come forward with your principal, bring your guests with you. And guests save a dry corner of your napkin because you're going to get a little emotional. Believe me, you will. So have that handy. Students, try to relax and speak into the mic. Now I'm going to give you a little lesson to remind you. When you come up here and you stand here, you, my student, must always be right here. I don't want you behind or over here by your principal. You stand. Principal will come next to you. When he's finished, or she, the next person will come up. But we do not want to see you behind anyone, because if you are, you're going to get a little bit of a push, okay? So then when the principal and teacher are done, then you move all the way over and you get the opportunity to tell us how wonderful you are and what you're planning to do, because we want to hear from you. You are our focus. So then when you're done, that's the first time you're going to move over a wee bit when your parent or friend comes up to tell all about you. So let's kick it off. Let's get going with this wonderful program, and let's kick off first with our principal for Murrieta Mesa High School, Steve Ellis, and student Vanessa Franco. And remember, I'm going to be watching, and if you aren't moving right, I'm going to let you know. And so, of course, will our photographer. Thank you.
I knew Margaret would do that, so I already diagrammed it out for my group earlier. It's good to be back. I've missed the last couple for mobility reasons. It's good to be here. Good morning, my name is Steve Ellis, and I'm the principal at Murrieta Mesa High School, where I'm privileged to get to work with incredible students like the young woman you're about to meet. I'd like to start by thanking Sally, Jennifer, Margaret, Llewellyn, all of the sponsors for making this such a great event in our community. I'd also like to congratulate all the other students, parents, and educators out there. As Margaret said, it does take a village. This morning, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Murrieta Mesa's Senior of the Month for December, Vanessa Franco. Yes, Vanessa is an incredible student with over a 4.3 GPA. She's continuing to take a bunch of AP classes. She's passed all 8 AP exams, including for one she didn't even take a class for. She's involved in campus as a member of our Modeled United Nations. She's a CSF tutor. She's in our orchestra. She can frequently be seen helping at our PTSA events, such as just this couple weeks ago, she was decorating for our annual Share the Harvest, spending the late hours doing that. But to be honest, up until being selected by our staff for today's recognition, I did not know Vanessa. Yes, I knew her older brother. I recognized her name from various events and lists on our top achieving students, but I had not met her. In our few brief conversations, it became crystal clear to me why our staff selected Vanessa. Her accomplishments and involvements are as impressive as any student we've ever recognized, but they are not why Vanessa is here today. Vanessa is here because she is kind, she is humble, she's helpful, she truly cares about other students and their successes. When the staff would submit their nominations, it was her character and how she treated others that they highlighted. One thing I picked up from my meetings with Vanessa is that she's extremely genuine. She's authentic. She's involved in what she wants to be involved in and what she can commit to. She is not resume chasing. She's just who she is, and it's fantastic and refreshing. It is clear that Vanessa embodies Mesa pride, purpose, responsibility, integrity, duty, and excellence better than most. Mesa is a better place because of her and the legacy she will be leaving. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Vanessa Franco.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Franco. Franco. Yeah, I've heard both. So, I just first wanted to thank all the sponsors who made this event possible. And these are my parents, I'll just say quickly, Bertha Franco and Juan Franco, and my calculus teacher, Mr. Librosino. It's crazy for me. I don't know if the other seniors agree, but like senior year is here. Wow. I still feel like a freshman sometimes, but I think these past few years I've learned a lot. Not only in academics have I grown as a student, but I also just have taken life lessons that I think will accompany me not only to college, but forever. And I think one of the main ones is that, it might sound a bit cliche, but struggles and failure are part of life. We can't escape them. We're always gonna, I especially saw this junior year last year trying to balance between, you know, activities, family obligations and responsibilities, but also the academic life, especially if you're taking like hard courses. It's hard, there are obstacles, but I learned to see that, well, because they exist, so we can't, you know, just ignore them. It's better to embrace them and just see them as opportunities to grow. And I think that lesson, I think I will carry forever, because like I said, we can't escape them, so it's better to just embrace them and hopefully become a better student and also a better human being. After high school, I hope to, I hope to become a math teacher. I'll study math, either a math teacher or professor. There's two main reasons for that. I became, like Mr. Ellis said, involved as a CSF tutor, and I just began tutoring, especially in math. And I just lacked that idea of sharing the knowledge that I have to help other people understand maybe something that I don't understand. And also, Mr. Lee Ross played a big part in that because he made math interesting. Like, it was fun, so I want to do that in the future. So yeah, and okay. I don't know where I will be accepted, but I think my number one right now is UC San Diego. Or if honestly, wherever UCR or wherever I get accepted, I would be grateful, and I will still work hard in my education. And I thank my parents for that, because coming from immigrant family, they've really taught me just hard work pays off, and we can accomplish great things, and despite, like, regardless of where we are. So yeah. And this is Mr. Lee Ross.
Thank you. Wow, and she's a really good speaker too, apparently. So to follow that. So I normally, I'm very lucky that I get to teach a bunch of math nerds, calculus. And every month when Ellis sends out the, send in your names for nominations, I just let them come in, and I'm so busy, I guess is my excuse, that I never put a name in. But I end up seeing all of my students because they're in my calculus class usually. This time I could not miss the opportunity, so I had to throw Vanessa Franco's name into the hat. Like, it just doesn't happen often. I've been doing this a long time. I think I've thrown 3 names in over the many years, and I just had to put Vanessa's name in. For the main reason, she's just humble. I really appreciate the way she carries herself. She's friendly, she's always kind, she's always got a smile on her face. If she's having struggles, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, you can't tell. She's just so genuine and so helpful to others. Everybody knows they can go to her. She's just a sweet kid too. I listed off a bunch of things that I think a lot of you probably have also done. Lots of AP exams and straight A's and all that good stuff. But overall, to be able to choose her, I had to look at all of my other students on my roster who were all amazing, and I'm going to feel guilty going back to school today and seeing their faces, because I really could have picked about 20 people, but I chose Vanessa because she's just amazing. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she might want to be a math teacher someday. So anyhow, thank you, Vanessa. She's amazing. And I think of students like Vanessa, and I think, you know what? People complain about the younger generations. Not me. Not when we got kids like her. So round of applause for Vanessa.
Hi, my name is Juan Franco, as you heard. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Steve Ellis and Mr. Lee Ross, and thank you all the sponsors. I'm not a very good at speech person, but I will say that I'm proud of my daughter. Having children, it's a gift, and making a student of the month is something, little steps. There's no such thing as parents of the month, or this is for life. This is when you try to raise your kids. I was tell Vanessa, I show you the way, but I'm not gonna walk for you. You gotta walk it. And one thing that I always tell her is only the strongest is benevolent. Be the strongest, but be humble. Be the smartest, but be humble. Only to serve others. I think that's the main reason. Not creating just A+ kids. No, A+ for life. So as a human being, then one day you say that they're just, okay, this the real A+. This is what it means. Life. Thank you.
side note, I was really happy that in my first month back that I didn't have to follow Mr. Wager. He's much wittier than I am. Right now, it's my pleasure to introduce Springs Charter School and the principal, April Jacoby.
Good morning. I've been here since 1979, and there wasn't a freeway, there wasn't a Sizzler, there wasn't a grocery store. There wasn't a high school, by the way, so, just so you know. But I just really appreciate all you do, and Springs Charter School is so grateful to be part of the Student of the Month program and to be able to offer our wonderful, unique students in this area this great opportunity. We serve such a wide variety of students, and we appreciate the opportunity to meet the needs of those students. Students such as Destiny, who has been with us since 3rd grade. And it is great to have that opportunity to see somebody grow so much and take advantage of every opportunity, including college classes, CTE classes. She has, I think you're still interested in healthcare, right? But she always has been, wanting to care for others her entire life, and I'm going to let her teacher, who's actually been her teacher since 3rd grade, tell you a little bit more about Destiny.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Cleary, and it's been a pleasure to know Destiny since she was just here when she was about an 8-year-old. And I've seen her go from this little girl to this amazing young woman. So I've had her as a student for 9 years. She has done so many things. She's interested in, she plays the violin, she volunteers for her church. She is currently, she's taken at least, 5 classes, college classes, and passed them all. So she's taken a pretty rigorous course load. 2 years ago, she started on our CTE pathway for medical, healthcare, and patient care. And it's a very rigorous course. She got all A's and everything. But she also last year interned at a dental office. And this year she earned a very coveted internship with Loma Linda Hospital. So she's going to be working there, and if you happen to be there, you might see her around. But she's still taking her college classes, and eventually she'd like to be a pediatrician. So I think she's on the right pathway there. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Student of the Month, Destiny Coleman.
All right. First, I want to say thank you to everyone for having me, and for Miss Kathy and Miss April for allowing me to be here. So, all right. I have had the honor of attending River Springs for all 12 years of my academic life, and have Miss Kathleen Cleary as my education specialist for more than 3/3 of that. Through Springs, I have had the absolute privilege of serving our community for a number of years. I do my absolute best of providing helping hands and caring hearts and volunteering wherever I can. Ever since I can remember, I have always had a great passion for helping people to the best of my abilities. At the age of 5 is when I finally decided that I wanted to be a pediatric doctor. At first, I thought that it just might be one of those single-day dreams that every child has, but through the years, my dreams have stayed the same, and that is when I discovered that this must be my calling that God has given to me. I plan on finishing my studies with Palomar College in order to complete my general education, where I will then transfer to a 4-year university. After that, I aspire to go into the United States Naval Academy, where I will then fulfill my passion to go into different states and countries to offer medical services to those who desperately need it and to those who cannot afford it. Through my passion of helping children, I have learned that working with children has played an enormous part in my life. Through helping my church, whether it be Awana or Vacation Bible School, I have learned that no matter how challenging or how busy my day might be, to always have, I have learned that no matter how challenging or how busy my day might be, to always sorry. Okay, one more time. We're gonna try this again. Okay. I have learned that no matter how challenging or how busy my day might have been, to always be the one to make a difference in other people's lives, because we never know what hardships others might be going through. With that being said, I would like to thank my parents for always being there for me and sacrificing everything for the education of me and my siblings. I would also like to thank my education specialist, Kathleen Cleary, for always pushing me to do my best. And once again, thank you for all the sponsors who made this possible.
Well, I want to thank everybody for allowing us to be here. And like she said, it's not just going to school, but also to put something in the community out there. It may be like, you know, some people say, oh, a straw doesn't make a difference. It's not going to change the ocean. But one straw at a time does make a big difference. And our kids are that one straw that makes a difference out there, not just in school, but outside the community, because we all part of that community and we all part of this world that we need to change. It may not be a lot, but one kid at a time makes a big difference. We cannot all change the world, but we can all, one little bit at a time, can make a big difference out there. And thank you, Miss Kathy, and thank you, Miss, I'm sorry. It's okay, Jacoby. Jacoby, thank you, Miss, all River Springs and everybody who have been supporting us and supporting our community.
You can have a seat. Okay, thank you guys. It is now my pleasure to introduce from Murrieta Canyon Academy, Dylan Martin.
So Martina's sick today, so I get the pleasure of introducing Dylan. And she gave me some notes to talk about Dylan because I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him until today, but it's very easy to see why he was chosen as Student of the Month. So he started with us in 10th grade, and he co-enrolls with Vista as well, so it's nice that we were sitting at the table together. So when he first started out, he struggled a little bit with Apex. You know, it's a tough program to start with, and they have to have the ability to kind of take the reins on their own. But now he's doing really well, and you know, his teachers say that he's in the lab quite a bit, and he has a great attitude. Right now he's taking most of his classes with us, and he has jazz at Vista as well as ASL.
Yes.
So I'll have his counselor come up and say a few words.
Thank you.
You know, I've been fortunate to have a career in education. I've always been grateful for that. And as a counselor, you always hope and pray for the opportunity to influence a kid. But every time I've had that opportunity, it seems like the kid has influenced me more. And Dylan certainly is no exception to that rule. I've always loved having Dylan come into my office because I know when he does, I'm going to smile, I'm going to laugh, and something's going to get accomplished. I just get the feeling that Dylan's going to be successful. Not only is he a super bright kid, he has a lot of talent, but for three specific reasons, I get the feeling that he's going to be successful whatever he does. One, he's not afraid to advocate for himself. You know, if he needs something, he'll let you know. And if something's not right, he'll let you know. And that's huge. He has a great support system in his family, but he doesn't have to rely on that because he'll advocate for himself. Two, he knows how to make goals and try to reach them. And he's determined to reach those goals when he sets them. And three, when he has challenges, he doesn't whine, he doesn't give up. His response is, what can we do to get through this? How can we make this better? You know, so I have a friend who's from Australia, and he's always cracking us up with his Aussieisms. You know, there's one I think is appropriate today, and when somebody does something really good, they say, "Good on you, mate." So Dylan, good on you, mate. So,
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dylan Martin. These are my parents, Mary Livingston and Jim Livingston. I'd like to also introduce and thank Mr. Prophet, my vice principal right here, and all the sponsors who supported this. All right. It was kind of tough through high school starting because along with having struggles with the APEX program, online schooling, with my first few years of it, I also struggled a lot with health issues, which started me at MCA because I was missing school all the time, and that was rough for the first few years. But since then, we've got a lot closer to having that solved, and school's been going a lot better. And like Mr. Prophet said, just when there's a challenge, you know, don't complain about it. Just find any way to solve it and get through it. Post high school, my current plan is to start with junior college because I'm not 100% sure what I want to major in, but you know, junior college is a lot cheaper. And get the GEs out of the way. Hopefully, you know, with going to junior college, I can figure out an idea of what I would want to major in. And then after 1 to 2 years of going to MSJC, my plan is to continue my education at Grand Canyon University, where my brother currently is enrolled. And he's going to be graduating this year. I'd like to answer this question of, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, and the society you live in here in Murrieta? I'm very involved in music and helping out in the community. I'm a drummer. I play with Nick Wagers, my Vista principal. I've played with his band a few times. I perform with his son. I volunteer at many churches all throughout Southern California, really, playing for their youth groups or their ministries. Anytime someone needs a drummer, I'm their guy a lot of the time. So I like volunteering and helping with that. And yeah, I'm hoping to continue with music throughout the rest of my life, whether it be a career or just a hobby. Very passionate about it. Thank you again to all the sponsors, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Dylan's dad, and I guess you're only going to hear from me because Dylan's mom will not be able to speak because she'll start crying. I just want to thank all the sponsors. I want to thank all the administrators, all the teachers in the entire district for recognizing students for whatever reason, whether it's just excellent performance, overcoming challenges. The fact that this city and this district has the ability to help out a student when they're in need has given Dylan the opportunity to be able to get through high school, you know, with the help of the district, with counselors and administrators who are understanding of special circumstances, and just let everyone know that that kind of difference just really is appreciated, because somebody like Dylan, you know, just has a head on his shoulders that without that opportunity, you know, who knows what would happen if there's not the ability to accommodate somebody who's in need. And Dylan is an amazing individual. He's an amazing young man. He's got a head on his shoulders that is just beyond his years. And, you know, just thank you for recognizing that.
Thank you.
I think Dylan is a testament to our district and meeting the needs of students where they're at. So it's very good that we get that opportunity to co-enroll with comprehensive high school and our school. So it's my pleasure to announce up Murrieta Valley High School and Mr. Tuco.
Murrieta Valley High School's Sizzler Student of the Month for December is Troy Hess. Troy has a 4.25 GPA and has taken 9 AP classes and an IB course over his 4 years at MVHS. Troy's been a starter on the boys volleyball team since his freshman year and has collected a variety of honors on the court. Troy was selected as the 2019 Southwestern League Player of the Year, the 2019 Riverside County Player of the Year, and was a first-team All-CIF member the last 2 years. Obviously, the spring is going to be his senior year for that sport. Troy was also a member of the Men's Advanced Choral during his sophomore year, is an active member in the Med C Club, which is comprised of students who plan on entering the medical field, and attend seminary before school at his church each day. Troy was selected by the math department as the top junior math student at the 2019 MVHS Underclassmen Awards. Mr. Nielsen, Troy's math teacher, shared Troy's constant attention to detail helps him see alternate methods to solve problems that only a select few can pull off. Additionally, Mr. Johnson shared Troy represents the very best of Murrieta Valley. I feel fortunate to have him as a student. What a great guy. And Mrs. Hess stated, Troy is a natural leader who leads by example. He will accomplish his goals because he's committed to succeed. I proudly introduce to you Troy Hess, Murrieta Valley High School's Student of the Month. And this is Miss Pardue, who is his chosen teacher.
So, I'm not used to this. I'm used to yelling at a large group of kids. Not used to a microphone. Obviously, Troy's here because he's intelligent and he takes all the AP classes and he works hard. But what most impresses me about Troy is his enthusiasm for learning. That's why he stands out. It's hard enough in class every day to impress upon the students that it's really important to pay attention to the stuff I'm saying, and that their homework shouldn't be done for completion, it should be done for understanding. Like, that's the purpose of it, and it's not getting through. It gets through to Troy. Troy's always paying attention in class. When there's time at the end of the class for kids to work, most kids are packing up, they're on their mobile devices, they're chatting, they're talking about this and that. Troy's working on something for another class or finishing up work in my class. Like, he's always focused. He uses any extra, if there's an extra suggested assignment, he does it. If I'm there, office hours offering help or after school, he's there. Even with all the stuff he has going on. He's always asking questions to delve deeper. In fact, it was cellular respiration we covered, and I was telling the kids, these are the main topics you have to learn. You don't have to learn all the steps to the Krebs cycle. Don't even look at it. It's going to make you throw up, okay? So not till you're in a biochemistry course in college will you have to learn these steps. The very next day, Troy comes in with a song about the Krebs cycle to memorize all the steps to the Krebs cycle. I couldn't even deal with it. Besides that, he's always got a smile on his face. He's got a positive attitude. He is one of the most polite and mature high school students I've ever had. And that's been since he was a freshman, because I had him as a freshman as well. He's so relaxed, or at least it seems that way externally, that he has a calming effect on the students around him. And the best part about Troy is he's always willing to help the students that are around him that are struggling. And the best part is he sets, obviously, every curve. And the kids want to hate him because he sets the curve and wrecks their grade, but they can't because he's such a great guy and he's always willing to help. So it's a struggle. And like it says, all accomplished while playing a sport, being great at the sport, being in the Med C Club, and it's just very impressive. So I can understand why he's here, and congratulations, Troy.
All right, so I'd first off like to thank all the sponsors for this event. It's been an amazing experience so far. And so a little bit about myself is I'm the youngest in my family by many years. So the closest sibling to me is 16 years older than I am. And so my other siblings have kind of left like this huge legacy. Like, one of my brothers is already a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force at 37 years old, and my sister is going through a doctorate program right now, and I'm like, wow, I have big shoes to fill. But, also two of my brothers got selected for this same award. So I've been trying to do my best to follow their legacy, but I'd also just have to thank Murrieta Valley High School for the amazing opportunities that they've given me. I honestly feel that I couldn't be the student I am without the amazing teachers that I have had, and especially Mrs. Pardue. I had her freshman year and now senior year. Usually people will take AP Bio their junior year because that's kind of like the course people take, but I was like, no, I need to wait till my senior year because it's going to be a super fun time. And I'm super glad I've waited because senior year has been all the better because honestly, there's never a dull moment in Mrs. Pardue's class. Like, she makes any topic like the most interesting it could be. And honestly, just all the teachers in the science department, my AP Chem teacher, they do a great job of working together, and being that I want to major in biochemistry, hopefully at BYU, they've done a great job at preparing me for that. And so my plans are to go to BYU and major in biochemistry, and then hopefully serve a 2-year mission for my church, and then become an orthopedic surgeon is the goal. But I'm just super thankful for the community, and I love serving. For my church, I've done a lot of community service events, and I've played piano for my church, and I've been involved in emergency preparedness events for the city of Murrieta. And I just like to thank everyone because without the city, I don't think I would be here. So thank you.
Well, that's hard to follow, especially when you started off with some of the things I'd been thinking about that I wanted to express, and he kind of like stole my whole thing. So, anyways, as Troy told you, he's the youngest of 5, and I think the big thing was, as Troy mentioned, there was a lot of pressure I feel like put on him to live up to his older siblings, but he's done that. Oh, man. We're really proud of him, and I'm sorry for this. It's like, I'm not a baby, but I guess I know Mr. Tukwa, he's played football. I played football, and I'm not supposed to be like this, but I think he's done this to us. Since his other siblings aren't here, it's safe for me to say that Troy's really been the easiest one that I've ever met. And you can't tell Tate about that.
I'll tell him in about an hour, yeah.
No, that's the truth. He's really committed to what he wants in life, and he has a mission, and I know he's going to accomplish that, and he's made us nothing but proud. And I know the Lord would not have sent him to us if he wasn't going to be the kind of person he was, because it's been just a beautiful experience, and hope to continue it with him for many years to come. And I do want to show our appreciation for the high school and the teachers that he's had. Has really opened his mind and really made it interesting and made it easy for him to learn and try to reach where he wants to get. And I know that's a big part of that's going to be because of the teachers that he's had there at Murrieta Valley.
Congratulations, Troy. We're all very proud of you, and it's now my honor to introduce Kyle Just from Vista Murrieta High School.
I think Waker starts.
Yeah, I do. Hey, good morning, everybody. Congratulations to all the students. You guys are all amazing. I do want to point out that if anyone does need a drummer, that Dylan Martin is your man. He's amazing. And this is about Kyle right now, but I'm just going to say this about Dylan, that we had a week in my little band. Our drummer couldn't drum. He had a week to learn like 30 some odd songs, and he came in and did it better than is on video, right? Hopefully our drummer doesn't watch this. He played better than our regular drummer, and he only had a week to learn this stuff. He was absolutely incredible. So come in closer, like you like me. There we go. That's really close. Not that close. Okay. All right. So anyway, when our new freshmen come into school. We encourage them to get involved, to find their passion, and get everything out of Vista Murrieta that they can, that we have to offer. And I believe our choice for Senior Student of the Month, Kyle Just, has done just that. Kyle played 2 years of football, 2 years of volleyball, he tried wrestling for about a month. Was in our CTE, maybe it was more, I don't know. He was in our CTE engineering pathway for a couple of years and has been National Honor Society. But in his junior year, Kyle really hit his stride and found his passion in our TV video program, where he just really shined there, or is shining right now. Our TV video program at Vista is a phenomenal organization of students, vital to our campus, and headed by Mr. Sipe, who's with us this morning. The program not only provides daily morning announcements, which we call BNN or Bronco Network News, it provides live feeds of football games, pep rallies, numerous other events on and off campus. Mr. Sipe, in his wisdom, pushes students out front to lead the program, mentor each other, and make them responsible for the success or failure of each of the broadcasts and equipment. And the chances, with all that equipment and technology, the chances of failure, are high. There are a lot of things that can go wrong. And Kyle is one of the leaders of the program. He's currently serving, as they call, the Chief Information Officer, which is basically the tech engineer and chief problem solver for the program. So I record this segment of BNN called Words of Wisdom. I know. I get it. But anyway, so every week they come in and do a bunch of segments, and different students come in every time, and invariably something goes wrong. You know, they set up, there's a teleprompter, a couple cameras, microphone, and some technical problem. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard, call Kyle, call Kyle. Have you called Kyle yet? So he's the guy, he's the go-to guy for sure. Students look up to him as a leader and a mentor. I see him guiding them, encouraging them to solve problems on their own. He's critical to the running of the program and its success, and Mr. Sipe is going to have a hard time finding someone to fill his shoes. I know that. Kyle has already used his production skills he's learned at Vista, working with Starway Productions. It's a local business, Temecula, even recently as part of the production crew for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra show at the Toyota Arena in Ontario. And on top of all this, Kyle pushes himself very hard to succeed in school. Academically, he's has had 12 AP and dual enrollment college courses. He's had all fives on his AP test, except for one, which he's miserable failure, and he got a 4 in physics. I know. Yeah, he almost is not here this morning because of that. Anyway, he's 25th in his class of 835 students. He's got a 4.26 GPA. He's also, the thing is, it depends on which one you're looking at. All right, don't correct me. I'm on the microphone. And I just lost my place. He has also given back to his school and community, logging if he turns all of his hours in. He's got over 200 community service hours. So he exceeds in every area of our school's motto of class, character, leadership, attitude, scholarship, and service. But by taking everything that Vista has offered to him, he really has found ways to give back even more than he's taken, and we appreciate him very much. We're so fortunate to have Kyle as a student, to call him a Bronco, and we're very proud of him, and I'm honored to present him as Vista Murrieta High School's Senior Student of the Month. Congratulations.
Well,
Hey, that is loud. Sorry, I project well. First, I'd like to thank all of my people standing up here, my mother, my sister, Mr. Wager, and I'd consider my mentor, Mr. Sipe. Couple things about me. I like to solve problems. It's just part of my personality. If I'm going through life, I look for problems, and more importantly, I look for solutions, and I deduce how to solve that. I would consider a lot of that from my mom, because she's a very hard worker and very problem oriented, and I love her. But more importantly, that has played into my love for video and just the production aspect of things. Anytime during a production, just about everything can go wrong. Wager mentioned it. But I consider myself very adaptable, and so I feel like I get to flex my muscles a bit in video and doing productions. I get to work under stress. I like working under pressure. I like working under stress. I like everything going on at the same time. I like stimulus from everything at the same time. So video plays very well to that strength. And so, looks like I have little bullet points.
Technical problem. Let me fix that for you.
Thank you.
And I don't consider the grades a big part of, the classes are less important in my life than the video and just what I get to do with Mr. Seid. College-wise, I'd like to go into a four-year university. I've applied everywhere, got all that done. I'd like to go for computer science. That would play very well into the production side of things. And if I need to adapt and pivot, I think that computer science degree can stem into a lot of other fields that I can apply my knowledge to. Applied UCSD, Cal Poly SLO, UCLA, UC Irvine, Cal Poly Pomona, and UCSD, everywhere where computer science is relatively good. And I think that's about it. I've got a job with Starwood Productions too, so that might go somewhere, who knows. Anyway, I'd like to pass it off to, does it go Seid first?
Yeah,
Teacher first?
yeah.
Teacher first. Mr. Seid.
Good morning, everyone. Most of the time when individuals are up here and they get a chance to talk about how amazing their student is, they take the time to go through all their accomplishments that they've done. I want to take this time to publicly thank you. And the reason why I want to publicly thank you is because you have had the ability to not only affect my life, but the other individuals that you've been able to mentor as a result of being in the position that you're in. You're the Chief Information Officer. People look up to you for tech, but they don't just look up to you for tech. They come to you with problems because you are willing to help them find solutions. And what's fantastic about the things that you do is not that you put yourself above everyone else, it's that you push yourself forward so that you can help others get to where they need to go. And that is a skill that I don't feel like I can teach. I don't feel we can do, teachers can help infuse in their curriculum. I think you only get that by having a willingness to be humble in spite of the fact that you should be known and should be out there in the light. And so because of the way that you handle that, and because of the demonstration you have been to not only myself, but also to other students, people are able to see the best in themselves. And that is something that I feel is needed in today's world. You need individuals that can not only do well, but teach others that they have strengths that they can do well in as well. I haven't shared this enough with you because we spend a lot of time in my classroom talking about Plato and Socrates, and we'll go into Steve Jobs and talk about Berkey and philosophy. Like, there's some weird stuff you're going, isn't this the video class? But we know that what we do when it comes to filming productions and putting things together affects other individuals in the world. YouTube is the most popular site on the internet outside of Google because so many individuals get their communication and understanding through the use of video. They develop a philosophy, they develop an understanding, and it changes the way people think and how they think. And one of the things that you are fantastic at doing is helping others learn how to think, not telling them why they should think a certain way. And having that at your age is absolutely fantastic and I believe fundamental to growing into an innovator, because the individuals that change the world are the innovators. They're not the ones that stick down the same path. They want to change things. And so I wanted to publicly thank you in front of all these individuals and in front of your mom, in front of Mr. Wager, for what it is that you do, not only for the school, not only for them, but for everyone that you come in contact with and who has the pleasure of working with you. Thank you.
So I am quite an overthinker, and I'm very emotional, so here we go. That is why Kyle did not spring this on me until last night at dinner. Because I love you. By the way, so I have an official notes on a napkin, so I'm very prepared. First of all, I'm just super proud of my son. He's my firstborn. We do our best as parents to equip our kids with what we think they're going to need to be successful. But as they roll into high school, I found myself really taking a back seat and letting coaches, administrators, mentors, teachers really come around both of my children and kind of take them to the next level, which is hard for an over-controlling mom like me. But Murrieta Valley School District has just been amazing. I don't think there's a bad school in our town. I mean, I'm so proud of everything I've heard about all the kids today and just absolutely amazed. I appreciate this opportunity to recognize our kids because I think they work tirelessly. Parents in the room, you know, kids are staying up till 1, 2 in the morning, meeting that deadline, setting that early alarm, getting up at 5 a.m. to finish things up, and that dedication is amazing, and to be recognized in this kind of forum is really powerful. I knew Kyle was going to be a special little sort when his favorite toy as a child was flashcards. He took apart pretty much everything in our home. It did not always get put back together. He was the Lego kid. He was extremely shy as a toddler, to the point of like hiding behind my skirt, would not acknowledge anyone verbally when he was in kindergarten or first grade, and now I have all this. And he really, I'm proud of him because he really is very outgoing. He takes risks. He is never afraid to ask a question, even though his sister is like, don't ask that. But he really has learned to have confidence in himself and kind of march to the beat of his own drum, which I adore. I'm excited to see what my son is going to do and what all the kids that we've recognized today are going to do. I feel like Murrieta Valley School District has prepared him and you guys to just kind of take life by the horns, and I can't wait to see where our students end up in the future. I'm excited. Once again, I'm just very proud, and I really do think Kyle has taken our motto of class, embodied into who he is, and it's not just a Vista thing. It's not just a Murrieta thing. I think it's going to be a life thing for him and hopefully for all of our students. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Okay, we're going to yield back. I've been hearing that a lot lately on the news, so we're going to yield back to Margaret.
Okay, job well done. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you know, you've heard so many things today, and let me tell you, if you didn't shed a few tears, I would be surprised, because there was so much love poured out this morning here from everyone and the family and friends. It's just amazing. And you know, it's a matter of their giving as well. Parents give, teachers give, everybody. So today, there's a saying that says, it is far better to give than to receive. So that's been a saying around for a long time. And I tell you, every day I look at that, and to me, from the heart, that's what it's about. So, as we invite our dignitaries to please come forward, we are here. I want to take one moment. Each of you students, see this? You know what this is? This is thank you notes. So, we supplied the thank you notes for you. Also, you will have a packet of labels. You can just slap on those envelopes. Now, they aren't in your packet today. There was a little delay. They will be sent to your principal's office. So, your obligation is to give back to your sponsors. So, this is a big job. So, once you've got that done, guess what? Take it back to the school, and they will see that they are distributed. So kids, big project. I know school is coming soon for vacation, but let's get it done. I know you can do this, because you come so far with everything else you've done. Why can't you do this also? So look forward to that. So let's begin with our first dignitaries, City of Murrieta, Scott Agajanian, and then we'll have John Honeyman from Senator Jeff Stone's office. We're still going to call him Senator for a wee bit. And Samantha Stillwell from Assembly Melissa Melendez, and Pacifica Hoffenberg from Supervisor Chuck Washington, and Patrick Kelly from the Murrieta Unified School District. Thank you. Hi, Scott.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for that rousing ovation. So today, all it takes is a little begging. In addition to musicians and volleyball players today, we also have hard workers. And I've always believed that if you work really hard in life, all of your dreams can be realized. For example, when I was young, I had a dream of keeping my thick hair and my great eyesight and my really great looks. And it's worked out so well for me. So, let us start off with Miss Vanessa Franco, or shall I say Franco? Where are you, Vanessa? So, Vanessa, I know there's two of you, first of all. You gave it away. There's a couple tells here. First of all, two different last names, but I think you have a doppelganger, because there's no way that one person can have a 4.3 GPA, 8 AP exams, tutor other people, be a volunteer, kind, help out at PTSA. You're doing too much. It's giving it away. Then you said, I love math. So I know your doppelganger is the one who's in math class. So too many tells. There are 2 Vanessas. Just keep an eye out. All right, next up, Miss Destiny Coleman. Destiny, where's Destiny at? Destiny, I was very excited to see that you're going to intern at Loma Linda University Medical Center because they specialize in cardiovascular health. And if you've seen my diet, I will be there next year. But then I was very sad to hear you're going to be pediatrics. So I might not get to see you. But I do act like a kid, so maybe you guys can make an exception and let me in. Just one time. All right, Dylan Martin. Dylan, awesome beard, man. That beard is going to serve you so well in jazz. I mean, is that the ultimate drummer beard or what? And then he also has a beautiful bow tie. You've got style. Like, you gave the jazz thing away before you ever even came up. So wonderful stuff, Dylan. Troy, where's Troy at? There's Troy. There are so many volleyball cliches that I could talk about today, but that would be really cheesy. I mean, first of all, you aced high school. Yeah. You're an attacker or striker in AP exams, and you give an assist to other students by volunteering constantly. But for now, let's volley on over to Kyle. Kyle. Okay, so there's some people in life who just aren't fair, and that is you. First of all, you're in TV, but you're behind the scenes, but you have that perfect hair. So anybody who's a genius, who has a 4.26 GPA, who has 12 AP exams, your stats are absurd, and then has that hair, has to be stopped. And I'm after you. Congratulations, you guys are brilliant.
So Scott will be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress. Hi, I'm John Hunneman with the 28th Senate District, and we are honored, as always, to be part of the Student of the Month program. I always listen intently, apparently not as intently as Scott, but to anybody who is thinking about joining the military, because as a Navy veteran, that's always something I look at. And I saw that Destiny was thinking about wants to go to the academy. And I have the 4 words for success for Destiny, which goes to the academy. It's go Navy, beat Army. That's all you need to know, and that's this weekend. So, having been a parent in this district with 2 boys who graduated from Murrieta Valley High School, I always enjoy hearing what everybody has to say, but I enjoy as much, if not more, what the parents have to say, because of their contribution. And like I said, being a parent myself, our office goes to Student of the Month programs in Murrieta, and Debbie does the Student of the Month program in Temecula, and Daryl does in Lake Elsinore. And when we come back after the event each day, it's kind of an unofficial contest that we have. And it's kind of like, how was it? Oh, it was great. Did any dads speak? Yeah, we had some dads speak. Did anybody cry? Yes, so thank you for the win in that contest this time around. Congratulations to all of you. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and go Nighthawks. What can I say?
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm not that tall. I'm Samantha. I'm with Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, and it's an honor to be here. I look forward to this event every month. And I just wanted to let all of the students know that it's so inspiring to hear all of your stories. And I want you to take a moment to remember that all of you are incredibly intelligent. But that's not the only reason that you're here. You're here because you all have a kind heart, you all have a giving spirit, and that's kind of what your drive is, and that's very apparent to everybody that gets to meet you and is able to hear you speak and hear your story. So I want you to remember that. Take that with you when you go into college and you go onto the workforce. Keep that kind heart that you have, and remember that as you go on in life, because that's what's going to take you the furthest. So congratulations.
Well, good morning, everybody. What a neat morning, wasn't it? I think I was struck by the genuine nature and the words that were spoken by our students today. And someone said it, I can't remember who, they weren't chasing a resume. I think it was Mr. Ellis. And I think that that's one of the things that characterizes what Mr. Rosnall said. The younger generation really has aspects that I think far outpace some other generations. And so I really look forward with a sense of optimism about our young people and how they are moving up. Parents, you really touched our hearts this morning, and you could see the amount that you pour into your children in such amazing ways, with not just experiences, but with the values and the love that has created these wonderful students. We thank you so much for allowing us just to have a little bit of time with them and the great work that you've done. I don't know if you know this, but the teachers from Murrieta Valley that came up today are exceptional individuals. They are not just great at their craft and what they do, but they pour in exceptional ways. And so we're very lucky to have the talent that we do with this. So Vanessa, when your credential is done, you come to us, we will hire you as a math teacher, okay? That is a promise there. And last but not least, I want to thank our community, and I want to thank Sally, who started this program almost 30 years ago. We've heard about the kids and how hard they work, but I don't want anyone to mistake this is an individual thing where someone just makes it on their own. That's a very American notion, and it's certainly a part of what we do. But don't mistake that there are lots of people, hundreds, that are pouring into you, that are helping to create what our students and our community and our nation is becoming. And so I want to thank everyone for the part that they've played with that. Congratulations to you, and thank you so much for a great morning.
There are a few more certificates that will be given from the County of Riverside, from Chuck Washington's office, and California State University San Marcos, and one from Riverside County Office of Education. These also will be in your packet. Now kids, don't wallpaper your walls. Wallpaper a book, a program that you will present, that you will use. When you need to have some other idea of things, use these to give you a little bit of leverage on whatever you're doing and applying. So these are important for you to have, so keep that in mind. I'd like to take just one moment with Rachel King. If she'll come forward, I'll give you a brief description on the certification thing, and then we'll move forward towards the end. Thank you, Rachel.
Hi, my name is Rachel King. I'm the owner and attorney at King Law Firm Attorneys at Law Incorporated, and I also have a nonprofit called With Class. Before I start, I just want to say I just want to make one correction about something that was said earlier, and that is actually that it's Go Army Beat Navy. Okay, so in your packet, you're going to have a postcard that has, I believe, only a website on it. On that, it is good for one application scholarship fee for an application that you are going to submit. I believe college deadline's already passed, so the nonprofit will reimburse one college application fee. You go on the website, it's very straightforward. We try to keep it very simple. And please, parents, encourage them to do this. It is, again, With Class, and if you have any information, you can contact me, or you can go to the website that's on the postcard. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rachel. At the end of our program, Sally always likes to give a little message from John Maxwell. And so if you will please, Derek, give us that presentation, it would be much appreciated.
Loves to receive a gift. I mean, there's something about a person who says, I brought something to you, and you begin to unwrap that gift, and you feel very special because that person thought enough about you to bring you something. Today's word on Minute with Maxwell is gift, and the reason I like to talk about it is because we all like to receive gift, but let me tell you, there's a higher level of living than the gift that you receive, and that's the gift that you give. A mature person, I believe, enjoys gift giving more than gift receiving. adding value to people. They enjoy surprising people in a positive way and bringing a new height of happiness to them during their day. I've received a lot of gifts in my life, and I'm always grateful. But I've given a lot of gifts in my life. I'm always fulfilled when I give. Grateful when I receive, fulfilled when I give. As I look at those two words side by side, grateful, fulfilled, both of them are beautiful. But for me, fulfilled is just a little bit more special, because that means I've done something good for someone else. So when you think of Gift Today on Minute with Maxwell, don't think only of the gifts that you receive from others. Ask yourself, what gift can I give to add value and make a difference in someone's life?
Thank you, Derek, for that. So today, this inspiration has left me doubly inspired, doubly energized to go forward. And you know, my heart and blessings to each of you students, because you are truly amazing and wonderful. And I can't say enough to tell you, you can do and be anything you want to be. Don't let anything stop you. It's your choice, and you move forward, and you can do it. So, if you know anybody that would be interested in being a part of the program sponsorship, let Llewellyn know about this, or come to a breakfast, or have your friend come to a breakfast to experience what we really do here. So students, when we close, you will grab your backpack, go outside, where we will be taking a lot of pictures. So you want our dignitaries, our sponsors, our volunteers, families to stand by, and we will do that. So I know that each and every one of you have a way to say something about the season's greetings. So I invite all of you to shout out in any language you know, that's even better, what you give as a greeting at this time of the year. So go for it, tell me. That's good. But you know what? I always say Merry Christmas. I say Feliz Navidad and Meli Kalikimaka. That's my greetings. Everybody, thank you for a wonderful morning and a wonderful holiday to everybody. And students, please, let's grab our bags, go up front so we can move this along and get the morning going for everybody in their offices. Thank you again. It's been wonderful. Grab your bag, go out front, and family, please come out front and do your networking and socializing out front while we take pictures. Thank you again. It's wonderful. My pleasure.